and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wednesday wrap-up. I'm here with Mr. U and Herb. How you doing, gentlemen? Absolutely. Getting that coffee in. How's your guys' week going so far?
Not too shabby, man.
I heard that sigh. I was like, what's he about to say?
I mean, it could be worse. I can see the future. This is great. So I'm living in the moment right now.
I feel like anybody watching could feel that sigh come through.
Yes. That's why I said I'm not saying a word. Let me make sure Mr. U is okay before we move on. If you're not okay, we're gonna stop and we're gonna solve this. All right, we're gonna fix it.
I don't think you guys can, but good.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to solve it in an hour. It's like a sitcom, right? Like
there you go.
The biggest problem ever. We're going to solve it in an hour. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. That's okay when you look at the sitcom and in 50 minutes they haven't solved it. You're like, oh man, is this to be continued?
Exactly.
You don't like that word. Those 3 words.
But then the series is going to get canceled in between, so you're never going to know.
Oh, don't do
Those
that.
are the worst.
Yes. Try not to get involved in every Netflix show because you never know if season 2 is coming back.
Oh, man, right? and if there's a season 3 and it's a cliffhanger, you know it's a problem because they only do 3 seasons of anything.
Yeah.
On that note, Netflix, fix that. Good show.
Right. And sponsor us.
And sponsor us, exactly. Give us our own Netflix series. So I mean, we might as well head this thing off with Aiyuk officially asks for a trade. So I remember Debo did the same thing, right? So is he just trying to force their hand, or do you think he's playing for someone else this year? Because they do seem like they haven't been the best at communication so far, at least as far as what has been leaked out to, everybody. Right. So what's going on behind closed doors? Who knows? Obviously not his agent, but you think he's playing somewhere else this year? He did express interest in going to Washington.
Well, right. It looks as though there's a precedent for this. I mean, even Robbie Gould, who I guess you guys may remember, former kicker, used to be with the Bears for a while. April 2019, same thing. Requested a trade, which was legitimate, and in July they gave him a 4-year extension. Like you mentioned, Debo did the same thing in 2022 in the offseason. And in July of that same year, they gave him a 3-year deal, a little under $73.5 million. So Aiyuk all you got to do is read the history books. If everything goes according to plan, you should have something in late July. I just don't see it happening. I think it's going to be different than that.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to put him at the value that he believes he has.
Right.
There's a few teams that really want him bad, like the Bills, they're desperate for. You can see why. Washington, there's some connections there with him and Jaden Daniel. They were at Arizona State together, I think it was. The Patriots have always been in the conversation since the beginning, since there was any kind of rumbling in San Fran. The Pats was right there in it, and they could use him for sure. That might keep them out of the basement. It could happen. It could be that much of a difference maker for them, anyways.
I mean, if you're him, do you want to go to the Pats though? Like the Bills, I kind of get, although I don't know how they would pay him because they're up against the cap. But
I guess it depends on what you want.
Washington, you can grow with, so like that I get. But the Pats are a long ways away from being competitive. Now, I get wanting to get paid, but would I take a little bit of a haircut to have a chance at a ring? Yeah.
But what else though? But players might think about other stuff too, like culture and historically what management does or doesn't do. Washington doesn't have a great pedigree. I mean, they changed a lot of stuff, but it's just all brand new stuff. We don't know if it even works yet.
Right.
We don't know if it even works yet. So the Pats got a little bit of a history. You know what they're going to do for the most part. Belichick is not there now, so that could be a little bit more flexibility for them. I'm not gonna spit on that idea because I think it's not that bad. But if you paid, it's even better when you are playing in losing seasons potentially. But I think culture-wise, I don't know if Washington's better than New England. I'm not sure I can say that. You got Pittsburgh, which is
culture-wise, who knows?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Washington is not. They come up a string of a lot of bad stuff. So it's like
but I mean,
your friend in a bad situation just like you. So
They wiped everything though. So I don't know if you can think of the Snyder era as any indication because it's new owners, new coaching, new players. I mean, like they blew the entire thing up. So I feel like you have to give them a fresh start of I don't know what they're going to be.
Yeah, I am. I'm with you on that. I don't know. I don't know where he's going, but I don't think he's going to be in San Fran. I don't see him changing direction on what he wants. So I'm like, okay, so if San Fran doesn't want to pay him, which it sounds like they don't want to pay him that.
Yep.
It's different than Debo and Robbie Gold. So I don't know where he ends up at. I just hope it's not the Bills because I want them to go ahead and do what they need to be doing right now, which is dismantling that mess and getting that stuff right. But he probably end up going there.
Yeah. The fact that they haven't like traded him, does that mean the trade packages are just not appealing yet? Or are they just holding on to hope? And then like the secondary question I have is how much does like Ricky Pearsall, factor into this? Do they think that they can make a run with their team, this last little run that they have without Aiyuk and with a rookie wide receiver instead? Like, I don't know. It just seems like, I guess they realize, hey, we've got you for 1 more year regardless. You're either going to play for us or sit out while we make this last run. But it just seems like they'd be doing something better to secure their future. So
they got
it's
some
just
calls.
weird for me to think him not playing.
They got calls. I think they just didn't like him. And now we just found out Pearsall's injured. It may not be a serious injury, but he is injured right now. So it's like, So I don't know.
So they're like, hey, we're gonna check on him real quick. We'll check on your trade after we see how he's doing.
Well, one thing when you're looking at, like if you're the Niners on the business end of it, you're looking at when he was the guy in that lineup when CMC went down and Debo went down. They lost every game while they were out.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not like he was like, okay, here we go. Let me grab my backpack. We're going to make this thing happen. It was we didn't win. Now, obviously, they had a key piece on defense also injured. So it's not totally on the offense not producing. Obviously, the defense wasn't as good either. But to your point, he is under contract for another year. And there's a lot of things that end up changing after this season anyway. There's a lot of contracts that start to come up.
Right.
And are you going to bury yourself in a wide receiver 2 contract?
Yeah. Who wants to be paid like a super wide one?
Yeah, and if you want to remain viable, right? Like if you don't want to, after this season, end up in a full rebuild, then you're going to have to, cut corners. And I think you can get a reasonable wide receiver 2 out of the draft.
I guess you got to ask yourself too, if you're the organization, we're not talking about that side, we're talking about the player side right now, but how about the organizational side? Do you want to have him there? I don't like what he's doing on social media.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest about it. I know this is not the first time it's ever happened. It's not revolutionary. It's not unique. It's not rare. He's been done before, but he's reaching out and putting stuff on TikTok and social media saying the Niners don't want me back. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? You're already going diva mode and you don't even have the a reason to be that yet. So imagine if you got a big payday. I mean, you just like Deion said way back in the day, money just makes you more of whatever you were before you got paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're that now, when you out here putting basically submarining your team that you're on still, it's going to pay you $14 million this year, no matter what happens, 14.1 or whatever. You can go ahead and submarine them by saying stuff like that on social media that they don't want you back and spreading gossip about them that might not even be the truth. You don't know if they want you back or not. That's not really certified yet. They don't want you back at the number that you want to be brought back at.
That's the thing is I could see, especially, these are young guys. There's definitely egos involved here. And if the offer felt disrespectful, I can see some of this stuff, right? And players deleting teams off their Instagrams and all of this, like that happens every year at this point. Like that is just standard practice now. It's weird, but it's, it is what it is. I mean,
when's the last time you heard this though?
No, I mean,
want me back. I can't recall that one.
Even Addison getting arrested for his DUI deleted all of his Viking stuff off of his thing. It's like, dude, you messed up. Like, why are you mad at the Vikings? So, I mean, it's
I didn't know that, but that's funny.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard.
So it's my fault, but I'm still blaming you. Like,
right? Like that was the weirdest thing I saw pop through. I was like, why would you do that? That seems very odd. So it's
you
nothing.
had 2 charges, and they didn't even suspend you for the first 2 charges. You should be giving them mad love. They give you a hometown discount.
Oh, you did me a solid. The heck with you, man.
Yes. Yes.
So,
well, to be fair, it's their contract money that enabled him to buy the alcohol that got him drunk, right? So,
there you go.
You know what I mean? You know,
it's my forks making me chubby. I got you.
Yes.
Wow.
That's the only way I could think of it.
It's the delivery. I got you.
Yeah. And about the Aiyuk thing, so I had to look because I don't think I've ever actually looked at the number. They said that the Niners are offering about 26 million, and he wants closer to 30 because Amon-Ra St. Brown got 30 a year.
You think?
And the article ends with, so in the article ends with, or the little blurb ends with, and Aiyuk is arguably better than him.
Really?
That's a blurb from something else. That is not my personal thoughts, because one of them has been the number one guy and the focal point. Say what?
Babylon B.
Was that the Onion or like football memes? Or what are we doing? Because
I want to say that's Sports Illustrated. Yeah, I mean, but one of them has been the number one guy and proven himself, and the other one hasn't. I mean,
well, that's why I say, do you think he actually is? Because I don't. Like, we've seen St. Brown be that dude.
Right.
I mean,
agree.
And he goes for 1,500 yards last year or something like that. So, I mean, like, we've seen him be that guy. And then when Aiyuk needed to be that guy, he's not really. Like, like, he wasn't bad, but they didn't win games.
Yeah.
Oh,
now, it doesn't fall on one guy, right? It's team sport, whatever. But, I mean, it's not like Debo goes down and he just jumps in and, like, hey, let me swing. It didn't look the same.
Yeah. And St. Brown was doing it when they've got all these offensive parts, but he was doing it before the Lions actually started drafting like really well and putting the whole offense around him. Like, his numbers don't take a huge dip just because they've put, all the other stuff out there. Like, he's still the guy despite what everybody else is doing, and they've got rookies out here setting records for touchdowns, but he's still their guy, so I wouldn't have thought it either. And when I look at that, I'm like, they're offering 26 and you want 30, and that's a disrespectful offer, and they don't want you back. I'm like, I'm not.
I haven't seen the disrespect yet. I'm missing it. I haven't seen what happened yet.
That's why I had to go look at the numbers. So I'm like, are they offering you like 16 and you're making 14 right now? Like, what are we talking about?
That's kind of what I was thinking. If he's, what'd you say it was 26?
26.
I mean,
that's one article about it. So like, hey, but that's what it says. They offered roughly 26 million. And he wants closer to 30.
Yeah, I wonder what that looks like with the guarantees and stuff, because that probably plays a big role too. Because you can have the Taysom Hill contract that looked like it was a monster, and he got a pack of Big Red and a pat on the ass. Like, you're just like, here you go, thanks for playing football. So like Taysom Hill's contract was terrible, even though on paper it looked like it was awesome, but there was nothing guarantee wise. So
I'd have to see more of that, but if those are the base numbers, then I just don't see where you're getting, all this. Like, it just doesn't seem that big a deal.
Yeah, I don't see the disrespect at 26. Like, that is, I don't know where else he thinks he's going to go that's going to give him more than that. I think the only place that could afford to give him more than that would be Washington, because Bills can't do anything.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess the Patriots could, maybe.
They have the most money in the league, so they could do it.
Yeah, exactly.
They're number one on the.
But again, like, even if you're going to get paid, like, you want to be on a competitive team.
Thank you. I would think I'd rather want to be especially with the way this is playing out, than move into the New England or Washington situations. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe is he looking at the future? I mean, you might not have, I guess, Debo soon or whatever if costs go out, but to see Max sign his extension, Purdy's going to be there, right? You still get a lot of talent in San Francisco. So I don't know. I think I'd ride that situation out for a while, especially at 26.
So Debo still has 2 years on his?
So
something like that.
He got that 3-year deal in 2022. So
okay. So I mean, this is not the team I'm leaving for the other two, but especially for 26. And I wouldn't let these numbers leak because it's harder to get like public sentiment behind you when they're like, oh yeah, they should pay him. They offer him 26. Like, oh,
this is wild for us to sit here and talk about millions of dollars and the difference between these contracts and stuff. Sometimes I have to step back and say, you know what? This is still millions of dollars, money that I had not seen personally in my bank account before.
Sure.
I'm saying? It kind of reminds me of Saquon and the Giants a little bit, and I probably shouldn't go here. I'm already having a rough day. So, but Saquon said he was off. Well, Giants said they offered him 13. Saquon wanted 16 million. This is almost the identical situation here, about $3 million difference. So it's like, okay, so your problem is that it's $3 million short. That's not disrespectful. It's $3 million. It's not.
But once you get to 26, that $3 million to me is a lot less. The Aiyuk one is even.
Well, I mean,
the Eagles went above and beyond with the guaranteed money. That's where the real difference is in both of these so-called offers and contracts, whatever. It's the guaranteed money. But most folks wasn't going to do that, man. I promise you, if the Eagles did not do that and Barkley was on the street, I guarantee you, they probably wouldn't be more than 2 teams or 3 teams that would give him that guaranteed money at that number. It's not. Look at what they were watching. Watching him coming off of was it ACL? I think it was an ankle for sure, another leg injury, and a string of things in between. I mean,
but that means if you're him, you got to go for somebody who's giving you more guaranteed money. So I think that's the easy one. I think that's the easy one.
And to your point, the percentage difference between 13 and 16 versus 26 and 30 is different.
Yeah.
I understand it's the same number, but it's not.
Yeah. I said I think the Aiyuk one is way worse because like once you get to 26 and these guys like I think there's always the hidden cost like that they forget. Yeah, I might make 26 instead of 30, but there are other ways to make up that gap. If I'm playing for a winning team, if I want to, the wide receiver, take your helmet off a couple times at the end of games, do a couple interviews, you probably get a couple of endorsements. You close that gap that you're talking about. Plus, you're in San Francisco. I mean, that's going to be a good market for football. You know what I mean? It's going to be a good market for endorsements. You're going to make the money the other way. I refuse to believe any star is out here making exactly what their contract says. Like, so are you just not banking on yourself to make anything more? Like, fire your agents if you can't get, at least $1 million or something in endorsements. Like, I just don't get it.
There's a local San Francisco. Brunson, if you want to, Brunson from the Knicks.
Yeah.
He turned down. He gave him a $113 million discount, which is unfathomable. But he's going to make that money back, probably in endorsement by itself.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you ever make back a $114 million haircut.
Yeah.
People are doing that with endorsements, and that a lot. It's not.
I'm not saying you.
It's out there. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I'm just saying that like
I don't think Brunson makes that much back, but I think he makes a lot back, and I think we're also talking like he's making a lot of money. Like he did take a pay cut, but he takes that pay cut to help his team sign other people so they can help win more, which in return comes back to him. So I like what he did, absolutely, and I just don't think any of these guys look at that, I still remember back in the day, my boy Antonio McDyess from Alabama, he signs with them. Signs this huge contract, and then they start losing, and he was like, I thought we'd win more. And I'm like, they paid you. So, this was at a different salary cap era where, you paying one guy huge, you're not paying a whole bunch of other people. So I'm like, some of these guys got to realize you take these big contracts and they have to cut other stuff. Like, you don't have someone else that you can just point out and go, oh, man, we don't have another wide receiver. Yeah, we had to let them go to pay you. Like, there's a cost here when you keep going for it. Now, the guys who pay for it take the responsibility, fine. But I think too many of them ask for the paycheck and then think, yeah, well, we'll just blame somebody else if we lose. It's not my fault.
Exactly. Wow. And I'm not mad at people going after the bag. I'm definitely not, right? If you don't win it in your rookie contract, you go find that money. And and realistically, you're probably not going to win it during that period because they paid you, which means that team's not going to be as good as it could be. And then once that one's done, you've got that generational wealth. Now go get that ring if you hadn't got it yet.
Right.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I just wouldn't want to end my career without a championship, right? Like it's why you play.
Yeah.
It's that Herm Edwards. You play to win the game.
Yep. Yep. And often, like, what do we do when we what's the defining characters when we say, like, is this guy better than this guy, like, all time? We kind of go back to your championships. You can throw out all the other numbers you want, but like, did they ever win a ring? You know, inside the TNT, may they rest in peace. Would they always get on the Barkley for? Whenever the defining part of any argument was, well, you never won a ring, and that like ends all the arguments. So
yep.
What Charles? Gosh.
Yes.
Oh man. So rookies report today. We are finally back to football being played. Let's go.
Thank you so much.
I think I saw a smile from Mr. U, man. The morning's gonna be okay.
Yeah, that helps. That helps. I'm putting that into the angst files, just kind of lighten things up in there. So yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
That works. That helps. That's great news.
Yeah, no, I was excited to hear that on Monday. It's like, oh, Wednesday, the first rookies start reporting to camp. Let's go. Ready for some football. Because, watching the home run derby national anthem just get absolutely butchered. And although funny, I feel like I could have jumped out there and swung in that moment, and I cannot sing. So but turns out she was hammered.
Yes.
And she apologized, and I guess is turning herself into rehab. So, but I mean, she looked rough out there, right? So you're just like, oh man, what's going on? But I guess she was just wrecked.
She turned herself in, or her agent said, yeah, we got to put a good spin on this.
That is 100% what that is. Yeah.
I mean, this is nepotism at its worst. She was she's related to somebody that was in Major League Baseball. I'm trying to find the story that I had up.
I mean, she's a 4-time Grammy nominee. You would think.
I know, but
better.
but they're mentioning her being related to the
listening from
somebody in Major League Baseball. That was like the word. Yeah, she's the daughter of a former Major League strength coach.
Okay.
For the Tigers, the Rockies, and the Mets. I'm like, oh, so wow. So she probably had a little in to get in do this, I guess, a little bit, but it didn't pay off. It was I missed it. I was working, so I missed that one. But
you really didn't miss that.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
So
I mean, I can sing, so I don't watch American Idol, and I don't watch any of that stuff because it's cringeworthy for me. If I hear the wrong notes, I'm like I'm in a little ball. I mean, I'm in the fetal position, so I can't watch stuff like that. That's just me. But I heard a lot about it. My phone was blowing up over it. I'm like, wow, how bad was this thing? My phone
it was bad. It was bad. It was like it was on that like Fergie or Roseanne Barr kind of level.
Ooh.
Bad.
True story. I have it called up right here on here because like I was, before the show and I'm going through the notes and I clicked it. I have a tab of it up. I've been scared to click it. So
let's go.
I know. At one point, maybe I will in my life. I don't know.
No, we gotta wake everybody up. Remember, this is still early on the West Coast. Let's get that dying cat action going on.
One of these times I will click on that and actually listen to the whole thing. But
yeah, no, it's
read the article is terrible.
I still haven't heard it all the way through. Like I'm good for about 4 or 5 seconds of it. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'm good.
No, I'm good. I don't need that in my life.
Yeah, because I didn't see it in real time. I turned the game on a little bit late,
right?
Or the home run derby on a little bit late, and I went to check, how the first round went because I didn't catch the first round, and the only things I could find was just how bad the national anthem was. So I was like, all right, I mean, I'm interested now. What do we got? And then it was like, oh yeah, no, you guys aren't wrong. Like this is bad.
Well, I can't do it. Now I really don't want to see it now.
Oh yeah, no. Morbid curiosity will get you at some point.
I don't want to or hear that.
Oh
wow. Man.
Speaking of bad, Skip Bayless is gonna be leaving FS1, which not really a big surprise, right? Like the ratings of Undisputed took a hard spike down after Shannon Sharp took off, And then they took like 2-3 months off.
Yeah.
They come back. They have this rotating panel thing that never really worked.
No.
Now, it's not a show that I watch anyway. I find Skip annoying. But
he is. So
I mean, at the same time, kudos to his career, because that's what we all strive for. I mean, dude has made an insane amount of money, been on the air forever. So, I mean, as far as goals for your career, absolutely that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Stephen A. Actually, honestly, I can't really watch either one of those guys. They're annoying in their own ways.
So I used to watch clips of Undisputed when Shannon Sharp was on. Like, never watch the whole show, but like with the jobs that I do, if I could pop something on or whatever, I would watch clips of their show, and I liked their dynamic. I thought they were good. And Skip, surprisingly, was honest about the Cowboys, and the only trigger factor for him was Tom Brady. That was the weirdest thing to me. Like, I started to wonder if they were dating or something, huh?
He'd also freak out about Dak. Like,
but I feel like if Dak was good, he would say it. But if Dak was bad, like, he was really against Dak. Like, he called Dak out a lot of times.
Yeah, he's like burning a jersey.
Right. Yeah. That's what I say when I say honest. He wasn't just like, oh, the Cowboys are the greatest ever. Like, when they were bad, he was like, they were bad. Tom Brady was the only one that I ever saw him be like, Tom Brady could throw 4 left-handed interceptions, and he would blame the receivers on all 4 of them. It was like crazy. But
sure, but we've seen that before with John Madden and Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Because everything was boom, Brett Favre.
Yeah. But since Shannon Sharp left, I've watched like 2 clips, and it's just kind of like 3 uninteresting guys sitting around a table kind of talking, and like there was nothing that grabbed. You know what I mean? At least when Skip was really bad, it was like watching a car wreck. You're like, okay, I can watch this. Now it's just kind of like,
I hope nobody's watching this show and saying that.
They might be saying that about me, but you guys are carrying the show, so we will always get back to better.
Just 3 uninteresting guys. Like, I don't even know what we're doing here right now.
I mean, I don't know what the plan was. I mean, nothing against these guys, but just think about it. John Johnson, Michael Irvin, Richard Sherman, Rachel Nichols, and Paul Pierce. This is what you went with to, I guess, essentially replace one person. I'm like,
it was
whether you like Shannon or not, they didn't have to have no rotation. It was just him and Skip. So, and they were riding with that, and they had the ratings to back it up that it was a good idea. It was working. People were watching. When he left, it was like, okay, it's like they couldn't find one person that could
do all
what Shannon Sharp brought, I suppose.
It was 100% to appease an ego, because Skip needs to be the guy. And Shannon was taking too much of that. So when they came back, they rebranded it in a way that he doesn't have somebody that's going to take his limelight, because it's a rotating cast. So he is returning to being the guy, right? Because even when Stephen A. started, when he blew up, that team splits up, right? Because it was Skip, and then he brought Stephen A. in, and Stephen A. admits to this, right? Like he talks about it willingly on his podcast, on shows. Like he gives a ton of props to Skip for helping launch his career.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as he grew to a spot that he was either favored or had at least as many eyes on him, that team splits up. He goes over to FS1. They bring in Shannon.
And he brought in Shannon too. So that was kind of like Shannon Sharp says the exact same things. Like, a lot of people didn't want to give me a shot. Skip did. And then to where you're going with that, same thing happened. Shannon outgrew. There's a lot of people, that I've like conversations. Shannon was really like the reason why you tuned in. He seemed a little more level-headed. So he balanced Skip, but he'd go head-to-head with Skip. And he was really the reason why. That's why I said as soon as he left, I've watched 2 clips, maybe, just to kind of see. And it was more about the subject matter than I'm watching the people,
Sure.
Well, now you can watch First Take now, because Shannon just signed with them for a new 4-year deal. So
what's interesting? I have not watched a single one of Shannon on First Take. So I don't know if it was just that dynamic, or I just don't care anymore. So I
saw one or 2 by accident.
What do you think? Yes or no?
Huh?
Bad.
I can't do Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. Period.
Oh yeah, true. I can see that.
So Shannon doesn't help because he's on that show. It doesn't change anything. it's still the same thing. He can not be there, and it's still the same thing. So it's like, I don't like that kind of sports talk. That's just me. I don't like people screaming at each other. I don't
exactly
agree.
That's not my thing, man. I mean, I can't hear you. I can't gather the thoughts you're trying to put out here. I can't hear the takes and the whole debate thing. It was cool when it first started out. I mean,
right.
back after Cold Pizza, they were bringing embrace the debate. It was like, okay, this is a different idea. Nobody's done this really yet on a broader stage. Let's see how it works. It got out of hand fast.
It did. That's how Stephen A. made his career, though. That's the problem. So that's why he's
still debating with himself now. It's like he didn't even meet anybody.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Stephen A. is, and it's not even necessarily Stephen A. directly. It's what he's created is, if I'm louder, I'm right. Right. So he just keeps talking louder and louder until people just give up because they're like, all right, I mean, I guess cool, whatever, man.
Right.
And I've never been a fan of that. You see that so much in when people are talking politics because they just don't have enough actual information. So they just start yelling louder and louder until somebody's just like, yeah, it's cool. I'm just going to go grab a beer and leave. Right. So I never liked those kind of shows.
Yeah.
The sad part is, I think baby Stephen A. Smith is so entertaining. I'm like, this is a caricature of a real person, and we can't stand to hear you, but we listen to a baby whose voice is modified, modifying your voice, and that's more entertaining than the actual you.
Well, that's because it's making fun of him. I mean,
yeah, but it's funny though.
Yeah,
baby, watch the video. It's actually entertaining. Why are you not entertaining? You're the real person. Why is that?
I think the biggest thing is and it's really a disservice to himself, is he goes down that road of I'm louder, so I'm right. The thing is he can be right. He's super intelligent. Like he could legitimately make these arguments and not make it a yelling match. He just happens to have built this brand of this is what he is. And I mean, I can't hate on it. It's made him a ton of money, gotten him huge contracts. So like, I'm not mad at it. I just can't watch it.
Right.
It's not great. I know he's making money, but that doesn't mean that he's good at this. He's. I mean, it just means that somebody is getting ratings out of it, and it warrants him being paid. But
and that's the problem.
Most viewers don't think this is a good situation.
Yeah. But he has enough of a following, that he's getting it. Yeah, that's the problem. There's not enough of people like us who are like, we're tired of it. It just seems like there's enough of them out there that are still making him money. So
a lot of people
I won't watch it. Like I said, I don't like that kind of debate. If you have to win by yelling, I'm just not listening. Because I'm listening to you yelling, I'm not listening to what you're saying anymore.
Yeah, a lot of folks are focusing on the money, but it's like, if that's where your head's at, okay, well, to each his own. But I care about what I do. I mean, there might be opportunity to come for us as podcasts. That might just be a money grab for us. And it's like, what are you willing to sacrifice to be able to do that? I'm saying I don't watch it, but I like First Things First. They debate as well, but it's not the same. If you listen to it, you see it. They don't actually disrespect each other when they're talking to each other.
Right.
Right. You hear everybody's points, and the points are smart points. It's salient points. You can hear it. You can get it. It's not a screaming match like whoever had the highest volume, the most decibels. That person is right.
Yeah.
So, if you want to see an example of that, look at First Things First.
What I like about Speak also, right?
Okay.
So it used to be Speak for Yourself. With Joy Taylor and Acho and Shady. Like, that's a good show because similarly, like they talk, right? Like you're just like, okay, they're discussing topics and they don't agree with each other.
No.
But you can have a conversation. Like it's just different. But at the same time, Stephen A. has the most ratings of any show, so good on him. ESPN pays him. Awesome. But I don't know. Not my kind of show.
No.
Where do you guys think Skip is going?
That was an interesting one. I was like, it seems like, you're not going the ESPN route. Never. So, I mean,
they said no to that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he burned that bridge on his way out.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's gone. And now Fox is gone. Like, And he's not like a specialist. He's not going to one of the specific, it's not going to see on NFL Network all of a sudden, right? So
he's going to end up with some does anybody even still work at NFL Network at this point?
I'm sure the guy who makes the graphics.
There's not much left of.
Maybe he'll go to laboratory route.
To that point, Goodell in his deposition for the lawsuit said that they pulled games off of NFL Network because production quality was so bad. I mean, man, if you got your fearless leader of the NFL saying your own product isn't good,
yeah. Good grief.
Wow. I mean, I watched. I'm just if I look bad, I look bad. But I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I used to watch the NFL Network on a daily basis.
Sure,
at least 6 days a week. Not on Sundays, but at all. But 6 days a week. I didn't think the production was bad. I missed it.
Well, game production is what they were talking about. The games that were simulcast on NFL Network, which is funny because they were talking about Thursday Night Football.
They were better than it was on Prime. By far.
That right there. Because you know what NFL Network had? At least the voices matched the video. Remember that first year of Prime Thursday Night Football? It was Kung Fu movies. The audio is like 2 seconds
better than yours.
Exactly.
I'm going to kill you.
I mean, so if you're the leader of your company is saying, "Hey, we're worse than that,"
no, it's not worse than Prime.
That's hilarious.
It's not. I watched too many of them games. I know it's not worse than that. I'm over here watching it. No way.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, that was part of his situation. Sounds like to me. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, as far as where he goes, it almost seems like he's setting himself up for a Netflix series. Honestly, like it seems because he's started his own podcast and stuff, and Netflix has bought off on some of these things. So I could see him having some like weird Netflix series thing come through. Because yeah, I mean, obviously FS1 is. Did I freeze? Oh no, there we go. Obviously FS1, he's leaving there at the end of the contract. At the end of the summer, something like that.
Right.
ESPN obviously out because he burned every bridge ever. I can't imagine NFL Network unless they were going to start doing a by team commentary, which could happen. And if that's the case, to Raj's thing, maybe he'll help out with the Cowboys.
Can you imagine his ego and Jerry Jones' ego in the same building, though? Like
that, I might watch.
Is that really what you want? I think
I would figure as a Giants fan, you would love it because
I mean, anything to aid in the destruction of the franchise works for me. But
yes,
I don't.
You should be advocating for that. Yeah, I think that's a great hire. Get him in the building.
I mean, I would watch that dumpster fire.
I would absolutely watch it. dueling press conferences about the team.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yes.
I don't know if amazing is the word that comes to mind for me.
I agree. It would be
a nuclear cluster of.
You would be happy every single show. I guarantee you'd just be over there like this, like. Yeah.
Could you imagine the amount of sound bites you'd get out of just
one? Oh my goodness!
Oh,
you do an hour show just on the Cowboys every week. Like, all right, well, we didn't get to everything we wanted to talk to. Oh, hey, wait, Jerry Jones is giving another press conference about Skip's last press conference, so we're gonna have to go.
He probably end up going the laboratory route. I don't even know what that is, because laboratory has some kind of deal going. But if you go look at his stuff now, all you see is YouTube and Spotify. So I'm like, I don't know what happened to the deal that he had, but he's doing primarily YouTube shows now. It looks like I'm like, wow, what happened to the TV radio situation? I don't know what happened there, but maybe he's going that route. But FS1's off the table now. Looks like ESPN is done. I don't know if what else is left. If it's one of ESPN, after that, what's left?
I mean, it would have to be NFL Network, but that doesn't make sense because they're just shedding talent everywhere.
Yeah.
So can't imagine it's happening, Chad.
That's all that's left. Nothing else? Did I miss him?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because it has to be the NFL, right? Like so he's not going to go to. It's not going to go to like CBS or NBC or anything like that because they don't have they have the game of the week kind of thing, right? Like they don't have a lot of NFL content, so to speak. And
I forgot about CBS Sports.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so I mean, like they just their networks aren't really geared up for that, right? Like Fox wasn't either. That's why they built FS1, right? Because Fox as a network, they showed games. No, I'm serious. Like,
I'm not with you. I'm thinking like imagine him on Prime trying to do commentating on games. I'm like, oh my god.
I don't
want that. I don't want that.
Well, I kind of want that one time.
Yeah,
because it would be so bad, right? Like
I imagine you start laughing like, oh wow.
That's like when you go to a restaurant and whatever you ordered is just god awful, and then you make your friend taste it. You're like, oh, dude, you have to try this. Yeah, it's not because it's good. It's like this is so bad you have to experience it with me. Yeah. I think that's what he would be as a commentator.
Yeah, I would absolutely watch his first game as a commentator. Yeah. And not again, but that first one would just, I mean, imagine the tangents, imagine the commentary, and imagine him going into somebody's child like, it was a 5-yard catch. Can we move on? And he's like, oh, Tom Brady would have thrown that one and it would have been a touchdown. I don't know, just.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, he'd still be ranting. It'd be the end of the first quarter. It'd be like, that was the third play.
We're going to a commercial break. Stop talking.
The producers are saying the show is over. Yeah,
I would absolutely watch that.
Yeah, one of them. I would watch one.
Yeah.
But if he was commentating on a game I wanted to see, then that's where you'd have to actually probably employ the Shannon Sharp technique of hitting the mute button. So speaking of dumpster fires, United Airlines in the news again for doing dumb stuff. This time around, Terrell Davis, one of the nicest football players, just humans, and his kid wanted some ice. The flight attendant ignored him. He tapped him as he walked by, like, hey, can we get a cup of ice? And the guy runs off, says he was assaulted. Terrell Davis gets escorted off the plane in cuffs in front of his kids
by like 6 FBI agents.
Yeah, for some, I mean, man. Plus, Terrell Davis is a monster. So, like, if he wanted to assault you, like, he could throw down, especially on a flight attendant.
Yes.
So, yeah, pretty wild. Obviously, they take him off to question him. They let him go. Just a bizarre type of situation. I really hope that flight attendant got fired.
I think they've been suspended at the moment while they're reviewing everything.
I mean, it took days for the airline to even apologize.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to say anything bad about like the policing end of it because they did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Right.
Right.
They don't know. They don't know the situation when they get called.
Exactly. All they got was there was an assault on the plane. We got to get this guy off. And so they detain him. Right. They didn't arrest him. Obviously, they detained him, put him in cuffs, get him off the plane to figure out what's going on. So everything that they did was the way it was supposed to be. Because I've seen a lot of comments like, oh, the cops did him wrong and whatever. It's like, no, like this is something that was relayed to you as an assault.
Right.
He's a big dude.
I tapped a flight attendant before. She forgot my napkin. Did I assault her?
In this scenario, yes, you did.
Yeah.
Like that,
she was moving around and she wasn't paying attention and she forgot a few things for a lot of people. I tapped her on the shoulder. Ma'am, can I have my napkin, please?
Yeah.
Well, and to the point that you made, Bo, was funny because that I'm reading the comments on one of them. Somebody else made the same thing. Like if Terrell Davis assaulted you, you would know you were assaulted.
For real.
And this was mid-flight, right? And then like they landed and he was so you mean to tell me he assaulted a flight attendant? Flight attendant got away. None of the other passengers did everything. Everybody sat there, right? They were cool. Yeah. Then they landed and then they got, off and got whatever.
And nobody talked to him.
And nobody,
basically,
that's really what happened. Come on now.
The captain comes across, says, "Everybody stay seated."
Yeah,
that is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, and yeah, it was mid-flight, so it's not like it was towards the end or anything like that. So I mean, this flight attendant's just sitting there stewing on him, like, oh, I'm gonna get this guy. Like, what? I mean, speculation, obviously. Don't sue the show, but I mean, at the same time, you're honestly telling me that people don't do that on every flight you've ever been on,
right?
Like I know I have. Like, they're walking by and like, hey, because it's not like he stood up and was like towering over you, patting you on the shoulder. Like, he was still sitting there, and he's just like, he touches the arm, like, hey, can we grab some ice? Yeah. Like, I feel like that's every flight I've ever been on.
Yeah, Mr. You just said the same thing, right? Yeah, like he's done. Like, it just doesn't seem out of the ordinary. And then for this extreme reaction, and then like you said, you read who it is, and I was really like, am I clicking the wrong person? Like, the person we've never heard anything. And not that makes it right or wrong, but if it was like Terrell Owens, you might have been like, oh yeah, I could have seen him going a little,
yeah, like he's just having a bad day, losing his mind. Sure,
right,
sure,
right. But and in front of his face, it just, I don't know. You almost, I don't want to say I hope somebody gets fired, but something's got to happen here.
They got the wrong one, but they got the wrong one this time around. All the Fame, All Pro. You got the wrong one. We talk about his own legal team. You got the wrong one. Yeah. Now something got to happen, but even beyond maybe even just a firing. It could be more than that. United Airlines. I've heard stuff over the years, man. I mean, I've flown with them a time or two, probably once in the last 4 years, maybe. I mean,
United is never in the news for anything good, though.
Yeah, I can't recall the last time they were. Help me out. The last time they were in the news for something good. I can't recall.
I can't remember a single time.
I don't feel like I'm part of United. I don't feel United. Do you?
Right.
I don't know. They got the wrong one this time. Though.
Punch you in the face.
Yeah. That's now what's asking for good news.
They did. They did. They sucked the
guy. You can try.
Yeah. Man, kudos to United to making yourself look terrible yet again. Yeah. Not in the flight into the news, but
that's how they talk with. They called him in. They were like, "Why? Like, just why? Like, what?
Do they have enough information that we can do a show on this? Do we have enough information that we can do a 30-minute segment?
Like a whole show of just how bad
United is? Not 60 minutes, because that's not possible, I don't think, but at least 15 minutes, 30 minutes on all of their infractions. Do they have enough data for us to use?
I mean, probably. If you throw
the comments would be amazing. Probably.
If you throw Air Canada in there, you definitely have an entire show.
I don't even know all about that. Okay,
man, it's a good airline.
Find an airport that's not screwing up is what I want. Find an airport that's not messing things up.
No. I mean, like, they all mess stuff up, but they're not yanking people off airplanes in cuffs for asking for ice or punching you in the face or like. I mean, there's a distinct difference between, oh, this flight's delayed and you just got punched in the eye.
Right. I want to know what their training process is, and then this is what happens.
Oh no! You scream and run away like a little girl.
Yeah.
That's what.
I think we've seen the training program. It takes place in a hotel. I think John Wick teaches the course.
Ends with a cage match.
He touched me.
Oh, Lord.
Oh man.
Get him, Terrell.
So switching over to some baseball, we had the All-Star game last night. AL wins 10 of the last 11, and but we got to see Ohtani yank one into the stands for the National League. I mean, he got all over it. The lead didn't last long, but they end up dropping 5-3. But it was actually a pretty entertaining All-Star game.
I had it on the background. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Richard, because I probably don't have as much to say.
No, you should have me either. I was on air for most of it. I got to see the bottom of the seventh on one of the guys on one of our shows. He's a resident baseball guy. I don't know how he got that moniker, but he's a resident baseball guy. That's been going. I want to ask you guys a question after Herb's comment. Is the Major League Baseball All-Star Game the best All-Star game in all of sports? This friend of ours thinks that it is. So
you can make that argument.
Definitely.
Sure. Yeah.
Because baseball is like an individual sport masquerading as like a team sport, you still get the effort.
He said
at times. Well, just because of, like you've seen it, you have a really great pitcher, for a game, and it kind of validates the other 8 guys at times because he's in there, and then it's like at the end of a basketball game, we're subbing all these people out, right? We got a 20-point lead. But in the baseball game, I come up and we're up, 10 runs. I'm still worried about my average though, right? So I'm still trying to hit, oh yeah, hey guys, top of the 9th, we're up 10 runs, take it easy. I can't take it easy, man. I got a contract, that says if I can get, above a certain amount. So I'm still trying to, what I mean? It's stuff like that. So I think that's what makes the All-Star game still better, because the guy getting up is like, look, probably not likely to injure myself on this like as anything else. The pitcher's going to do his best. The batter's still going to do his best, and it's not like we're having full speed collisions out there like you in other sports. So I feel like I had it on last night in the middle of our show. So if you're watching our show and you look and you see me doing like this, like checking out a home run.
Yeah.
Yeah, multitask, Herb.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would definitely think it could stake that claim as the best All-Star game.
So my best friend is in the comment section over here. He's a Major League Braves fan. He said 100%. I know he knows the All-Star game. I know that about him already. He's a big Braves fan, man, die hard to his heart. And the argument sounds good to me. I can't match it. I can't refute it.
Yeah,
the NBA All-Star game doesn't do anything for me at all. The NFL All-Star game, you know what that is. It's kind of like I mean, they had celebrity softball, which was entertaining from what I understood, about Terrell Owens hitting the 330 off of Jimmy Finch. Slow pitch, but the 50-year-old hitting the pitch 30 miles per hour.
I gotta watch what I say too much on this show. Roger's lurking.
I mean, it was like you didn't know, right? You couldn't tell?
When it comes to the main 3, when it comes to basketball, football, and baseball is hands down.
Oh, it's not even close.
Game. Yeah. Hockey, you can make a case for, because it again is one of those people are worried about individual stats. They want to, they want goals during the game. So I mean, there is some of that. But yeah, baseball is exactly that, right? Because when you're out fielding, you also don't want to be like, oh, I committed an error when it's the only game on, So I mean, it's definitely the one where everybody's still trying. Like people still want to win. Yeah. I mean, at this point, football is a flag football game, so this is ridiculous already. And then basketball, there was over 400 points scored, so clearly defense didn't matter anymore. So baseball as an all-star game, easily.
Is hockey a candidate in this conversation?
I don't know. I've never watched it, so I can't comment on the hockey part of it.
Yeah, hockey absolutely is right up there with baseball as far as the All-Star game level. People taking it serious.
Yeah,
the individual
accolade
part. Yeah,
I think what also.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, that's my fault.
I'm good. The baseball is my first love, man. So no matter what we do on that Monday thing and stuff, I'm never going to really be able to get it off of me. It was my first love. As a matter of fact, it was the background of my childhood. Even more than basketball. I was out there shooting hoops like nobody's business, but baseball, it was something different about that. It kind of awakened something awesome in me. I'm like, man, I was a big fan of New York sports. I was watching the Yankees and the Mets at that time, and I was just really deep into it, man. I'm like, baseball was just a real thing, man, for me. So I loved the little bit I got to see at the All-Star game. I think bottom of the 7th or mid-7th, whatever it was. It was awesome to me. I mean, I didn't want my guys to get hurt. I mean, I seen Juan Soto out there, whatnot, Aaron Judge trying to take down the Pirates pitcher schemes. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want them to get hurt. I was kind of nervous about that part. I'm like, yo, this is the All-Star game. You can't get hurt. We need you in the second half. Please do not get hurt. Don't fall. Don't trip. Don't get hit by a pitch. None of that. I was kind of stressed by that part of it. But overall, yeah, I don't know an All-Star game better than that one. I mean, it was incredible, man.
I think what also helps the baseball one is the fact that they sub out to make sure everybody's getting in there. So you might only get like one at bat, maybe two at bats if you're a starter. So you're going to try to show out on those two. Like, hey, you might only see me one time up.
Yep.
Like, I'm not going out here just swinging or whatever. You know, like I'm trying to get a hit. I'm trying to show out. And then the pitchers, maybe I'm only pitching an inning. You're going to get everything I got for that inning. You know what I mean? So I think that part also helps the All-Star game for baseball.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it a fun game to watch. Plus, you get to see the dynamic of, usually you're watching these guys where they are, they're used to their guys. Now you're throwing them all out there trying to have some chemistry, especially on like double plays and stuff with guys that maybe the timing's not quite right.
Right.
And so you're watching all-stars, but they never played together.
Right.
So, you're also watching like, oh, okay, like this guy can step in with anybody, or you watch those guys where you're like, I mean, that didn't look that great.
Right. Yeah. Was it just me? But these guys look like they actually was really trying to win. I don't know what
that's the point.
What the reward was for winning it's changed over the years. I don't know what
it's monetary now. It's no longer home field. It's just mostly
it's all money now.
Yeah. Well, and if you're the MVP, like it's some real money.
These guys are playing to win, man. I forgot the pitcher's name in the seventh. Not Casales. It's another name. Oh, man, I'm blanking out. But he was pitching his guts out. He was trying to strike people out. He was not playing around. He was not dogging it whatsoever.
He took him down 1, 2, 3. The first two guys he struck out.
Yeah.
And then the second or the third guy was it went to shortstop to first.
I'm gonna try to find his name, but I can't.
I mean, he came out was throwing some nasty stuff too.
Class A. That it?
Yeah, I didn't see his name, but he was throwing some nasty pitches, no doubt.
Most definitely. I'm like, man, he got some stuff on him. He was gunning it from the mound out there. I'm like, what? This is entertaining. I like this. So I'm sorry I missed the national anthem and the celebrity softball. I'm like, I was working those. I missed it for a good reason, but I
was on camera too, so I didn't see it until about the 7th also.
Yeah.
So I went back and caught the highlights of the home runs in the third and, and the low light of the national anthem.
I got to click on it. I got to click on it when I get off here for sure.
I mean, it's
why don't you just end the show with that, man? Play it before
what I was thinking. Like,
we got like 3 minutes. Play something before we close out, so we can laugh our way out of here.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
If I click it, y'all don't see it, right?
You gotta see. I can hear it.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to.
I want to hear it. I say that loosely. I don't really want to hear it, but
I'll do it off air so I don't mess up the whole thing.
All right. Well, we are at the end of the show, so let everybody know where they can find you guys.
Go ahead, Herb.
We mentioned the Tuesday night show. We got Herb and Raj podcast every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Then Monday and Wednesday morning with these two jokers on their respective shows. Nah, man, I love you guys. And then Herb and Raj podcast, and then on Twitter, X, whatever they're calling it, at Raj_Herb.
All right, now. You heard about Wednesday. We're right here doing it right now. The Wednesday wrap up, 9 a.m. EST every Wednesday. And of course, the Herb and Raj podcast on Thursday and Tuesday. I'm not on that show very much, but you're doing awesome work out there. The college football enthusiasts, to put it mildly, they're fantastic at that. The Monday thing, we do that on Monday at 9 a.m. It's usually a football show, but we talk about everything else. We can't help ourselves sometimes. Of course, our Thursday wrestling show, which is brand new, about 5 or 6 episodes in. So every Thursday night now, we recently changed that. So every Thursday night, we talk professional wrestling, which is really fun. 9 p.m. in the evening every Thursday. And hop on some shows on Sports and Money podcast on Tuesday nights and just a little bit of everything. So we're just working, man. So on the socials and a YouTube channel at They Call Me Mr. U. Check us out.
And of course, if you're watching right now on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe, whichever channel you are currently watching. And of course, if you are on Roku, stay tuned for the next hour of programming. And I will see you again at 9 a.m. Pacific. See y'all next week.
Oh, say.